A 9-year-old girl was mocked and even handcuffed at school for saying her mom was a Navy SEAL. But when black SUVs screeched up and a full SEAL unit stormed the courtyard, led by her mother, everyone froze in disbelief. What city are you? Watching from today? If this story resonated with you, hit subscribe for more real stories about extraordinary people. The town's elementary school had never seen such a scene. 9-year-old Emily sat trembling in the principal's office. Her voice shook when she repeated what she'd told her teacher earlier that morning. My mom was a Navy SEAL. The adults around her didn't believe her. Instead, they scoffed. Children make things up all the time, the principal muttered, but the school resource officer didn't laugh. His eyes narrowed. A Navy SEAL? That's military business, classified. Dangerous for a child to spread lies like that. Emily shook her head, clutching her tiny backpack. I'm not lying. My mom was a SEAL. She told me before she left last night. The room grew tense. Some teachers exchanged glances, whispering. The officer, perhaps trying to look powerful, decided to make an example out of her. With cold steel in his voice, he said, "Then you'll come with me." In disbelief, the staff watched as the little girl's wrists were pulled behind her back, cold handcuffs snapping shut around them. Emily cried out, "She's just a child!" One teacher gasped, but the officer only muttered, "This is for her own good. She's spreading dangerous lies." Her sobs echoed down the hallway. Students peeked through doors, their eyes wide, watching the little girl being led away like a criminal. But what no one realized was that Emily's words were not a child's fantasy. Because just an hour later, when the officer dragged her to the front steps of the school, ready to call child services, the ground beneath them trembled with the sound of heavy boots. Black SUVs screeched to a stop outside. Doors swung open. A dozen figures in full tactical gear stormed forward, uniforms marked with the trident insignia. Their movements were sharp, deadly precise, yet calm, the kind of precision only SEALs carried in their bones. The officer froze. Teachers gasped, shielding the children. Parents rushed closer, trying to understand. And then, the leader of the unit stepped forward. It was a woman, strong, sharp-eyed, her presence commanding silence without a single word. She removed her helmet, and the crowd inhaled sharply. Emily's tears broke into a trembling smile. "Mom!" The officer staggered backward, his hand still hovering near the cuffs on Emily's wrists. The SEAL commander's voice cut through the air, low and lethal. "You laid hands on my daughter?" The silence was suffocating. Even the birds in the trees seemed to hold their breath. The unit spread out in perfect formation, each one radiating an authority no civilian dared to challenge. The officer stammered, I didn't know," but the woman didn't move closer. She simply knelt, unlocked the cuffs from Emily's wrists, and pulled her into an embrace. Her hard eyes softened as she whispered, "I told you I'd come back." Then she stood, turning her gaze to the stunned adults. "The next time my daughter tells you who her mother is, you believe her." The principal lowered his head in shame. Teachers turned pale. The officer could barely breathe under the weight of so many hardened stares from the elite warriors now surrounding him. As the SEAL team escorted Emily and her mother away, whispers ran through the crowd. What they had just witnessed wasn't a story, wasn't a fantasy, wasn't a rumor. It was real. And no one in that school would ever forget the day they handcuffed a little girl for speaking the truth, and the moment an entire SEAL unit appeared to prove it. Thanks for being here till the end. If this story moved you, give it a like, subscribe for more real moments, and share your thoughts. I read every comment.